In today's news, stay tuned. Hello there, I'm Tim Lloyd. Thanks for tuning in. Hello there, I'm Tim Lloyd. How you doing today? Thanks for coming in. Former Cowboy quarterback fires back at critics as broadcast career faces security. American tennis star shuts down work reporters' questions right at his feet. World positively closes to global disaster as doomsday clock ticks forward. Armed homeowners open fire on intruder doing Blaze LA break-in attempt. Minnesota shakes up shifts leadership, not strategy, White House says to retreat claims. McDonald's brings back iconic items from the 80s. Well, back. Florida Attorney General demands nursing board revoke license of nurse who wished injury on Leavitt. In a third video caption, the nurse sends a message to signal women telling them to go on dates with ICE agents and strike their drinks, spike their drinks. Oh my God. Single ladies, where these ICE guys are going to have a chance to do something, not without risk, but could help the cause for sure. She said, get the Tinder, get on Hinge, find these guys. They're around. They are an ICE agent. Bring some X-Lax. Put it in their drinks. Get them sick, Nobody's going to die. Just enough to incapacitate them and get them off the streets for the next day. Highly easily. Good grief. This is a nurse telling this. I'm just saying, let's get them. This is wrong. You can't be like that. Now you got pictures of cops of the people spraying these people. I mean, they look like they're using bear spray. They got this big canister. I guess it's called pepper spray. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is what is wrong with people. Trump to de-escalate. Trump limits shooting. Tells Woking the human shakeup is not pullback. Screaming auditors swarm Tim Walz's office in Minnesota State Capitol. Oh, well, let's see what's going on here. Agitators swarm Tim Walz's office in Minnesota Capitol to demand immigration justice. Swarm Minnesota's Capitol and demand outside Tim Walz. Dozens of agitators packed the Minnesota Capitol on Tuesday, their chants and chanting through the halls, and tensions over federal immigration enforcement build into a standoff just feet from Walz's office. The protest came amid border wave of demonstrations following recent fatal encounters involving federal immigration agents in Minneapolis, with activists calling for accountability and charge enforcement policies. Well, I saw both shootings, and I've seen a lot of different parts, and I say like this. Shouldn't have the car there. And when she went to leave, he got scared, and he shot a bullet into the glass. But then he shot, bam, bam, two more inside the car on this thing. And I don't know. From what I saw, I don't know. I don't think he should have fired them other two shots. That guy that was on the ground, they were fighting for them. They said he was subdued. Well, I don't think he was exactly subdued. And I feel bad that he got shot. But I understand, people. But you got to do peaceful protest. You can't do violence. Because you do violence, they're going to do violence to you. You can't bring violence. You can't put your life in danger. Life is precious. You only got one. When you get shot, and you bleed out and you die, you're done. You live for this world, you're done. If you believe in God, if you believe in Christ, what did Christ say? He said, turn the other cheek. He didn't say go out there and fight people. When there was a war and they say God is behind this war and God's behind this war and that war, God is only behind a war when no one dies. If one person dies on either side, then God ain't with that war. If he goes in and there's a whole lot of death on one side and the rest of them, they don't get shot or nothing happened to them. When God was in the war and he sent people to war, and that was just to get back their promised land. But when they disobeyed him, then they started dying and they started getting hurt. And then when they found out, they ousted those people. And then they went back and did their thing. So I'm telling you right now, violence is not it. You got to do it right. If you feel like you want to keep people that's illegal and you want to take advantage of those people and you want to work those people under the table and you want to pay them people tax-free, because that's what you're doing. Because there's no way an undocumented worker is working with, unless there's some way you guys force some paperwork to get him a job and let him work, and he's paying federal taxes and he's going to file income taxes. And government's making money, and he's making money, and he's sending money home. Other than that, people, I don't think so. Those people are working. They're working for cash. And I see these people running around the streets with the little taco trucks and the food vendor trucks, and they're making money. They're not paying any taxes. They're not going through any kind of inspection. But I know I seen one. The guy goes down. There's the owner of the truck, but he has 2 or 3 people working in there, and they're undocumented. They're working, but they're not paying any taxes. He's paying them cash. He's not paying their taxes. He's not paying any of that stuff. It's Medicare, Social Security, insurance. They have nothing. And if they get sick, they got to go down to the hospital. Most of them won't go to the hospital, especially in a Republican area, because they're worried they're going to get picked up and hauled away. If you're illegal, find a way to get legal. But don't just sit here year after year after year thinking, oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, I'll be okay. You got to go get yourself legal. Come on, people. We'll be right back. We're back. Thank you for coming. Happening now. President Trump kicks off midterm blitz with loyal rally. What is he talking about? You're not. What are you doing? I swear this man. Let's see what's going on here. It says, backlash explodes on nurse as stripped to sabotage ICE draw police hospital investigation. VCU anti-ICE nurse preference politics drugs in video, including healthcare providers to sabotage agents.
Are the single ladies where these ICE guys are going?
Yeah, we're going to just read this. Virginia Commonwealth University nurse instructs TikTok followers to contaminate ICE agents' foods. Wow. Jab opponents with, wow, this is crazy. Virginia Commonwealth University Health and the VCU police are investigating after a nurse at the hospital made series of videos about fighting back against federal law enforcement. What is wrong with people? We prioritize the health and safety of anyone who comes to us for care. So now, here it goes. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not even an independent. I went straight off the left wing to nonpartisan because I don't want to be nonpartisan either side because I think they're both wackadoodles. I mean, and then to come out and to say this, to come out and literally say Virginia Commonwealth University nurse instructs TikTok followers to contaminate ICE agents' foods. I mean, you're a nurse. You're in the medical field, and this is what you're telling people to do? The nurse in question used a now detected deleted TikTok account, and was quickly identified as an employee of a health popular X account of health. posted a complete that their nurses TikTok video speaking viral outrage. What is wrong with people? In one video simply captioned with ICE residents sabotage. The nurse instructed others to use a footage tactic against opponents. I mean, that's illegal. You can go to jail for that kind of stuff. You go out and start attacking. That's still a law enforcement, regardless whether you like what he's doing or you don't like what he's doing. So what, they going to start on the cops next? They're telling these people don't go out and help ICE, don't get involved. So now you're going to have the National Guard is going to be in this one particular place, and another, they're going to be standing there looking at each other like, well, are we supposed to shoot each other? What are we going to do? Or at least scare tactics. All the medical providers grabbed some syringes with needles on the ends, she said. Have them full of saline or saline solution. Whatever. That will probably be a deterrent. Be safe. Be safe out there. Oh my God. University researchers call for assassination of conservative voices in social media posts. You shouldn't do stuff like that. Don't follow people like that. It's just going to get you in trouble. She won't go out and do it, but she wants you to go out and do it. So you go out and you do this. That's attempted murder. So you do something to harm someone else. That's attempted murder. Don't do that, people. Don't be like that. We'll be right. I'm looking at a picture of a truck and says, there's no way this is legal. Police stepped in. It's a big giant truck with a big giant massive steel cone in the front of the truck. It looks like they turned this. It looked like a pointed rocket. So I don't know what's going on with this. This is some of the dumbest stuff that people do. They put all this weird stuff on their vehicles, and then they expect you to accept it. Now it says, I'm going to make sure of that. Christine Noem is left speechless as Representative Delia Rodriguez vows to remove something. Okay. Well, we don't know what she's doing, so it's okay. Life imprisonment for 23-year-old Izara McCodness. Well. Minneapolis live update. Trump says Noem won't step down. Well, let's see what's going on here. A 37-year-old man was shot and killed Saturday morning in Minneapolis. That's a shame. The second shooting was a U.S. citizen this month by federal agents in the city. The shooting of Peretti, an ICU nurse, reached up tensions as protests clashed in the streets with law enforcement in the aftermath of the shooting. Latest deployment. Trump calls for all imperial investigations into Peretti's shooting. Senate Majority Leader John Thune called for a full and impartial investigation into the shooting of Alex, which he calls a tragedy, during a speech on the Senate floor Tuesday. I'm glad that president is sending Tom Homan to Minnesota, and I hope his arrival will restore order to the situation, he said, as Democrats are threatening to derail all 6 government funding bills if a bill that funds DHS is not separate out from the ledger package. Thune arguing this colleague to advance 4 pages including DHL bill. They said he would prefer to keep all 6 application bills moving as a package, but don't rule out eternally stripping out the DHS bill. Well, I think they should just do one bill at a time anyway. If they ain't getting nothing done, government's going to shut down again. Do you realize what the last time it shut down, what it did? Oh, this person ain't getting a paycheck. This person ain't getting paid. They all get paid, but you know what happens is they pay them like when I was working in the airport, guys said they paid them in segments. They didn't just, like, so they went, I think, 28 days when they didn't get a paycheck for 28 days because it was piling up because they had past pay. Then he said what they did is they broke it up in 2 parts. So they paid them in 2 weeks and then 2 more weeks. But you imagine you went a whole month, but every 2 weeks you get paid anyway. But then they're working and they're getting paid, so they're double, the taxes are higher. If you take that whole month's salary and put it together, it's a higher tax bracket. So the government's making it out again with the taxes. But them guys, I mean, they took food for them. They collected food at the airport, and all the agents came, and they all got food and everything. But you know what? They was telling me the credit card companies said, we want our money. The rent department people, we want our money. We don't care. Pay your rent or get out. So a lot of people were having a bit of trouble with that. So this is going to happen again. And the FAA and all this stuff. And I'm planning on a trip. I'm going to do a live broadcast over on my trip. I'm just hoping I can get out of here. So if it doesn't cause major trouble, I'm hoping I can still get out of here and get on my plane. Because I know I like to just get out of the U.S. and get over, and I got to go to Canada this time. I know once I'm there, I'm good to go for the rest of the way because all the rest of that's out there. But coming back, I'm hoping, and I'll come back in March, and I'm hoping coming back, I hope I don't get stuck somewhere while I'm waiting to come back because, like, I got to go into Japan. I might have to sit in Japan until then. If something happens and if they don't clear something between February and March, I mean, can you imagine sitting in Japan airport because I can't fly out because my flight got canceled back to the U.S. because I got to fly from Japan into San Francisco, and then I got to go through customs there, and then I got to sit in San Francisco all day long to get a flight from San Francisco back to Vegas. And then, so today, or yesterday, I was in a car accident, driving down the road, minding my own business, heading home, and car just came from across the street, came and made a left-hand turn, came all the way over. I'm in the far right lane. He come all the way over into my lane and slammed in my car. Then the insurance asked me, well, is there a way you could have moved out the way? I said, yeah, if I'd have saw him, but I didn't see him. Well, sir, we don't need all this yes and no. So they want to ask you yes and no. Well, was there a way to move? I said, no. Did you see him come at you? No. When he hit you, what did you say? I said, oh my God, I got hit. What do you think I said? Oh my God, these are stupid questions they come up with. See, they try to trick you up. And they'll ask you some of the questions 2 or 3 different times. And it's the same question. I'm like, I just told you. Well, sir, just answer yes and no. Fine. Answer it again. So, all right, we'll be right back. Every workplace should designate an on-site manager to be an immigration point person. The person should ask to see any warrants from the ICE agent and email a copy of the employee's immigration attorney. That attorney should quickly review the scope of access that the warrant allows. If ICE first approaches an employee who's not the immigration point person, that employee should say they don't have authority to grant them access and let them know they will get someone. In all cases, she added, be respectful. Don't argue with the agent. If there is a locked glass door between you and the agent before they are granted entry, you might ask them to hold up their warrant and ask them for a picture. Stevens recommended. Understand what a warrant permit. ICE doesn't need a warrant to access areas that are open to public, such as libraries and parking lots. Well, what do you think about that? Don't be hanging in the Home Depot parking lots, folks, and I'm telling you right now, because they're going to be there. You're out there hanging out. I go to the Home Depot right down the street from there. There's a lot of them hanging out. Ain't no ICE there coming around there looking for them. I think ICE is looking for the criminals. But I don't think their ICE is looking for everybody, because they said they're looking for criminals. But as I said before, don't put yourself in that situation where you can get shot. They gonna shoot you. They done shot 2 people already. Come on, people. Let's not let them shoot you. If you're here, fight to stay here. But you can plead your case. I think if you're here illegal, maybe you should turn yourself in. Turn yourself in and plead your case. If you have to go wait outside the country, well, you know what? Go wait outside the country. They said you can sit outside of Mexico and you can do your case. They supposed to have stuff set up over there and you can do your case. If you're thinking about coming in, if you're a criminal and they still want you here, well, the Democrat states, they say you can be there. Well, then you know what? Be there. Don't run away. Just stay there. But if they come get you, knowing they coming to get you. We'll be right back. Well, back. Passengers escape horrible plane crash in Indonesia. Oh, boy. Protesters dare federal agents to shoot me. Oh, my God. There's no way this is legal. Police stepping in. 3 signs you may want to switch financial advisors. Well. What happens when Russia used its Orshink missiles? Oh boy, they used some missiles, huh? U.S. versus Iran, war breaking. Trump impressed naval blockade on Iran's oil. Declares war. Well. So, everybody's declaring war. Everybody's mad at everybody. This is all just crazy stuff. These people are just crazy now. What to do if ICE shows up at your work? Oh, let's read this. Okay, what to do if ICE shows up at your workplace? U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has gone to many workplaces over the past year, both at high-profile companies like Target, and Hyundai's, as well as businesses that don't grab headlines. Workplace immigration enforcement operations are not new and have occurred under many presidential administrations, according to the American Council on Immigration. But these efforts have profited as part of President Trump's efforts to increase the detention and deportation of unauthorized non-citizens. AXI notes. The agency's aggressive tax this past year, especially when agreements make their presence known in public areas and are near or employers such as parking lots, have had a chilling effect on businesses, areas where ICE has been operating. Well, what do you think about that? So, people come here, they don't got no paperwork, and they go into certain places, and I don't think Target's hiring people that's undocumented. If they are, well, I'm really surprised about it. But I don't know what else we can say. So anyway, if you're illegal here, get yourself legal. I don't know why you sit here for how many years, and yet you're not legal. Get yourself legal. Do something. Go turn yourself in. Well, right now, I think it's not good to turn yourself in because you're probably just going to get kicked out. But think about it. When the Democrats were in charge, how many years? They were 4 years, this past 4 years. Why all these people go legal? Why are all these people sitting here and just waiting? What are you waiting for? Go in there. Do your paperwork. File a political. Whatever you got to do. Get legal. Then they can't bother with you. But you're sitting there working and making cash. People's paying you under the table. You're not making benefits that you should be making. Come on, people. You need to work. You need to support your family. I brought my wife here. I brought my wife's son here. I brought my mother-in-law here. My wife brought her brother here. But we paid. They all got Social Security cards. My brother-in-law, not even a month here, he has already got a job. Paying taxes. He got a check. I mean, he got a job making $13, $14 an hour. He only worked for less than 2 weeks, and he got promoted to a supervisor. Just that fast. And now he's making probably $20 an hour now because he's a supervisor. Well, 14, maybe 15 or 16. I don't know. He was, well, I can't really sound. I don't care. The fact is, you got to be legal if you're going to be here. You know, we can't go to into your countries and just go in there and start working for cash. Because if I went to Thailand or Philippines or any places like that and I tried to work a job under the table for cash, they'd put me in prison. Before they deported me, they put me in prison. If I got out of prison, then they would deport me. I don't know where they send you because they won't pay to send you back to the U.S. They're not going to throw you on a plane and pay a $500, $600 to send you back. Most likely you just go in jail, and that's where you're going to stay. You're going to live in jail. But here, people come here, and they get caught, they get a free ticket home. Go home. File your paperwork. If you can get out of here and go home, the government's willing to pay you to go home, just go home. Don't be putting your lives in danger out there. I mean, people, they don't supposed to be here, and they're picking them up, and they're criminals. I'm sorry. But like I say, if you're here legally, you came in and you surrendered yourself to the government, to the former government, and they gave you paperwork and you got county, it's time to go to court and everything, they shouldn't be bothering with you. And I agree, they should not be bothering with you. But you got to do it right. You got to do the paperwork. All right, guys, come on, man. Let's do this. I'm wondering is when are these people going to just stop fighting and get along? Can't we get, remember those saying, can't we just get along? Now they're trying to take over this area. It's all for money. It's all for, what do you call it, mineral rights, because I don't think they have a lot of oil and stuff. So I guess they have a lot of minerals that everybody wants. We want them. They want them. Everybody wants them. I guess maybe certain people don't want to pay for them, and I'm guessing we're going to pay for them, I'm guessing. So let's see what else is going on. We'll be right back. Hello there. Let's see what's in the news today. So we're going to go over here and we're going to check out what's in the news. Joe Biden gets hit with a reality check. Oh, it went away. Let's find out what's going on. Let's click on that one. Joe Biden gets hit with a reality check after issuing a statement on ICE shooting. Former President Biden has a heartfelt message for Americans. The former president said, in between spoonfuls of Tropicana pudding. Meanwhile, in actual news, Tuesday on the social media platform, ex-Biden, or more likely the Illuminatic staffer who wrote Biden's post, issued deranged statements on the recent violence directed primarily against immigration and custom enforcement agents in Minnesota. A statement that prompted ex-users to remind the former president of his responsibilities for current illegal immigration mess with, while at the same time reminding us all the difficulties in coexisting with Democrats incapable of basic, honest democracy. The whole thing to me went to hell in a handbasket, so I don't really care about that.